A taste of the Islay. I'm having a feeling we're going to be tasting the Islay pretty quick here. Won't you join us?
Would you join us? Hello YouTube! This is Simple Diversion, or welcome back to those of you who've known us throughout the last couple months now.
Yeah.
Hey, we are Rob and
I'm Graham.
that was, you know, that was good, a good start.
Yeah.
So, we're a little off.
Our special guest today is Mr. Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Tenure.
Taste of Islay, right?
This is going to be fun.
Okay.
This is...
I didn't know we were doing the tenure today. I came here and you popped this open.
Yep.
I was like, oh cool, I never had this one.
I figured we could do the 10-year because we just did the Lafroig 10 last week. And then maybe
we did the McAllen too, 10-year.
And then maybe next week we can have the Lafroig 10 versus the Ardbeg 10 and square them off, see who comes out
that would be good.
on top.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I do know that
I'm buckled in.
Ardbeg, not specifically the 10-year, but Ardbeg in general, was established in 1815 and has had some ups and downs.
Oh yeah,
its years.
It's had a rough life. The company changed ownership hands quite a bit. In 1981, I believe, they actually closed down the distillery. And then by 1987, they were bought, or they were purchased, but they were kind of partially open until about 1991, and then they closed again until they were bought again in 1997, in which they have been open ever since, and they have flourished.
Yeah.
They've won a lot of awards for the Scotch they've done, but in 1998, they won Distillery of the Year, which is pretty amazing since
that's pretty cool.
They just opened 12 months prior to that. That's quite an achievement.
Oh yeah, being closed down and then reopening and being able to get that. And then 2 years after that, they got Ardbeg 10-year, got Whiskey of the Year.
Well, it came out in 2000.
Came out in 2000. Came out in 2000 and 2008.
That's right.
Got Whiskey of the Year. Huh?
Ardbeg is going to be a Gaelic word for small headland, and what that means is it's basically a highland that juts out into the ocean, and that's what Ardbeg is. It's Gaelic.
2008, 8 years after it came out, Ardbeg 10 got Whiskey of the Year.
Yep. And then in 2009, Ardbeg Ugadal took the award.
Wow. And in 2010, Supernova got.
That's pretty impressive.
3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
Wow.
That's a dynasty.
That's pretty amazing.
Let's get into the 10 here a little bit. Okay. It's actually going to be an Islay Scotch just off the Atlantic coast, which one day we will go there and we will visit all three of those, I hope.
We definitely will.
I love the style, the long neck.
Yeah,
I like the dark green.
Yep. Yeah, it's really cool. And the label, I mean, it just has that, I don't know, I don't want to say goth, but it's got a cool little look to it.
Very stylish.
Yeah.
Very Scottish. This is going to be non-chilled filtered, and for anybody that doesn't know what that means, chill filtered is
Does it mean you don't put it in the fridge?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
It actually means when they take the whiskey and they cool it down to 0 degrees, and they put it through a filtration system, and what that does is it takes away any cloudiness or any sediment from the maturation process.
Wow.
So they do not do that. This is all natural. There's no coloring, which could be why we have a dark.
We have the dark,
because I think
what
this
you
is
mentioned
be
before,
kind of
and what was it, the McAllen 10-year that we mentioned it? Or was
McAllen. Lafroig's all natural as well, and they have a darker bottle.
Of all Islay whiskeys, it is Ardbeg, which stands alone as the deepest and most balanced, revered by connoisseurs as something extraordinary. Yeah. So, it's a cool little picture they got there of the distillery.
This is gonna be 46% ABV, and a wise man once told me that the higher the ABV, the better the Scotch is gonna be, because the higher alcohol percentage, the higher flavor and
the taste you get.
Yeah. So that's something to just kind of keep an eye on when you're looking at stuff too.
And the more drunk you could get.
That's true.
But you don't want to do that. This stuff you want to enjoy. You want to get drunk, go to the bar. Go to the bar.
Not this bar.
Not this bar. So, you know, think about it though. I mean, all this history and all these whiskeys that we've talked about, I mean, how do you come up with this stuff? How do you, learn all that? Just,
definitely gonna be a very light gold.
Yeah.
I mean, if we compare it to Talisker or look at Dalmore, it's very light. Definitely a lot of peat on the forefront.
Yeah. I'm getting a little pepper.
some maybe dried citrusy fruit.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously this is going to be peat dominant, but the more that you go in, you're going to get some of those hidden things. When you go back,
you are getting those. Yeah.
Yeah. I said like a dry fruit, but it might be. It's kind of like a smoky fruit because obviously I'm getting a lot of that smoke still in there. Some dark chocolate. There's some sweetness in it too, though, on the tail end of that. The more you go in, you get the smoke, but then it turns into like a sweetness.
I'm getting a little pineapple.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of a citrus.
Yeah. Prost.
Prost. That's good.
Tons of peat with tons of pepper, just dominating the palate.
I'm getting like a toffee espresso.
Yep.
Yep.
Even almost like a dried tobacco, but mostly it's gonna be the peat and the smokiness, kind of like a burned coal or campfire.
But it doesn't overpower it too much.
No,
it's not a. It's actually
the finish is long lasting with some.
It is
a lot of peat, I should say.
Right.
But then kind of towards the end,
nice,
it's citrusy or sweet.
It's a nice finish though. Like sometimes when you're drinking the whiskey and the you know the aftertaste lasts too long and it starts getting but this actually lasts and is really tasty.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by the Ardbeg 10-year, the Laphroaig 10-year, the Lagavulin 8-year. The thing to notice about the peat flavored scotches is peat flavors don't age well like sherry or some of the other ones. Actually, as the older they get, the more they actually die down and they wear down. So the younger ones are just perfectly fine.
So is that why sherry flavors are typically older? Older?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lagavulin 16 is almost like a Lagavulin 25 because it is, that peat level.
Oh, it's tough, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Taste. So a 10-year, don't be afraid of going out and trying a 10-year. We can find this for anywhere between $45 and $55. They always say about Ardbeg, if you don't like Ardbeg, it's not Ardbeg's fault, it's actually your fault. Because Ardbeg is classy, it's gonna be top of the line. They like it. They make a lot of great stuff.
No, it's really good. Yeah.
And the reason why I say it's your fault is because it's not really your fault, but
maybe your palate's just not there yet.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, if you try this a little too early in your Scotch tasting, you're not gonna know how good it is, and you're not gonna respect it for what it is. So.
Just like the first time you have Guinness beer or some type of beer. I mean, same thing.
Peat is an acquired taste. It's not for everybody. People can still respect it, but still prefer, the sherry flavors. That's fine. Do you want to take another swig, or do you want to grade it?
Maybe I'll take my last swig.
I will pour one last swig and try to even that out.
Quack, quack.
Going for the second time around, it's definitely getting more citrus. Like, the smoke is dying down the more that I go in for smelling it.
You get a little more swig here.
Some fruit.
Really? Yeah, that's citrusy.
Some toffee, maybe. It's just small hints, but it's still gonna be peaty. I like the color. I don't want you to fake it. I don't want you to make it a gold if it's not that. I like it just how it is. That's fine. Grade out of a 10. What do you think?
About an 8.4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 8.4. And that's because it's my fault. I'm still, trust me, the first time I had this, I would have given it like, oh, wow, it's different. Yeah. But I could barely finish the glass. Like that first sip was wow, but it was so strong and harsh. And as I was trying to finish the glass, my throat was burning, like it was tough. But the more I drink it, the more I like it. So I'm sure by, the next time I drink it, it will go up higher and higher. And I'm getting used to it, and I'm starting to actually really, really enjoy it. So yeah, I would say about an 8.4.
I'm gonna give it a 9.2.
Oh wow.
If you remember, I've given the Lagavulin the 9.5, and I believe Laphroaig was maybe a 9. 9.2, very good. I still prefer my Lagavulin over it, but it's a great Scotch, great story, great distillery. When they went out of business, it was very detrimental to the community because that's how big of a part that they have in their community.
Can we explain what a 9 would be to us? Because to me, a 7 is good, an 8 is great, a 9 is excellent, and a 10 is perfect.
To me, a 10 is perfect.
Yeah.
A 9 is great. An 8 is good. A 7 is average.
Okay. Okay, because to me, like a 6 would be average. So now you know.
I grew up with a 6 always failing, so.
Well, that reminds me, there's a few times, more than a few times, I'm sure that I got like a 55% in history or something in school, and the teacher would come up to me, why didn't you study? It's like, well, I did.
Because I'm an idiot.
I studied half of it.
Well, maybe we can get him to take one more sip and bump that up to an 8.6.
Let's see. You know what?
Very peaty.
I will give it an 8.6.
I think.
I mean, it is really, really good.
It is. Even if it's not what you gravitate towards, it is good. It's good. I mean, it's a good Scotch. I would definitely buy this again. This is about my 3rd time around with Ardbeg 10.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
I would buy it. I mean, to me, an 8.4, 8.6 is not bad. So I would definitely go out and buy it, especially if I wanted that peaty taste.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got a little bit something out of it. We are at 94 subscribers. Thank you all very much for the support. We appreciate it. And
does that mean only 6 more to go?
6 more to go.
And then we're doing giveaways?
We're doing giveaways.
Oh.
So you might as well just subscribe now.
You might as well do it.
You already knocked something out.
I mean, if you come across it, what's so hard about that? It's a little click.
One more thing before we go. Hopefully you guys are still watching. Up top here we have 6 Scotches that we have not reviewed yet. So, if you see something here that you want us to review sooner rather than later, we're gonna get to it all eventually.
Nice.
But, if you see something that you want us to do, hey, I really wanna see that, let's do that right away.
What do you have on your side?
Let us know in the comments. So right now we have the Lefroy Quarter Cask.
Okay.
Then we have the Ardbeg Ugadal, amazing. And then we have the Talisker Storm, which I think I've heard is quite a bang for your buck. And then on Rob's side,
I've got the Belvany 12 year. And I have the Johnny Walker Green Label, which if you haven't yet, go ahead and check out our Blue Label review. Then I got the Delmore 12 year. Yep. So
I'm excited for that. We were watching
I'm too.
Scotch Test Dummies, and they were doing their top 5 12 years, and they had it in their list, so that was good to see. It was a little disappointing we didn't see Highland Park, but to each their own. Thanks for watching, guys, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah. See you soon.
And as always, see you soon.